Hi guys, and welcome back. Sorry if I keep staring at the camera thinking it's going blurry. Either it's my eyes or it is doing. Anyway, a few of us out there, and when I say a few, the ones that I've watched are 20th Century Gaming, Mr. I'm going to have to look, sorry, Mr. Bad's Games, Jimmy Retro James, and the Retro Bear. Those are the ones I've actually watched, and they've been doing 5 games, or 5 series rather, or 5 franchises they can't stand, they don't like. And they've now switched it, they're now doing 5 that they do like. Now, I've struggled with that a little bit because I can't actually think of 5 franchises I don't like. Because there's, hate's a strong word. And there's so many of them I actually do enjoy. I Own E.T. I enjoy that game. I really do. I've got Rise of the Robot. Yeah, I think it was an overhyped, fighting game, and it is absolutely terrible, but I don't hate it. So I have struggled a little bit there. But just to obviously reflect and look at, some of the comments that people made. Polar Bear. Listen to me. Retro Bear, my apologies. Sensible Soccer. How can you not like Sensible Soccer? How can anyone not like Sensible Soccer? So I don't get it. Bass fishing? Yeah, I understand that one. I don't get it. I don't understand why people want to sit there in front of a screen and play a fishing game. Tony Hawk's Skateboarding. That's another one I don't really get. I've got the games, don't get me wrong, I've got them. I played them and I found them boring. But I don't hate them, because in some cases, yes, they are a fantastic game. They really are. The level design in that at one point was second to none, and that's brilliant. I got to commend them for that. But when I watched, Jimmy Retro's and certainly 20th Century Gaming, oh man, some of the games you were mentioning on that, Hunchback. My word, the memories came flooding back. I can see him now. Music, he's running along the bottom, climbs to the top. He's got to jump over the people with the pikes, ring the bell before the knight comes the other way and knocks him off the wall. Such a simple game, super addictive. What a fantastic game Hunchback was. Jet Set Willy, Manic Miner, now we're talking. So, 5 games that I hate, I'm going to skip that. To be honest, there's hardly any. I know I do mention one that I don't like. I don't like it one little bit. I don't think really it should be part of the franchise. I don't like it that much. Maybe on a standalone game it would have been fine, but no, not for me. So I'm going to get straight into the games that I like, the franchises I've really enjoyed. So sit back, relax, strap yourselves in, grab the popcorn, grab a beer, grab a Coke, and let's take a look at the 5 series franchises that I really enjoy. Right, I'm going to start this list with a game, and I suppose a series. It's not, is it a franchise? Probably is. There's not really that many games out, to be honest with you, because it doesn't really need that many. And I first played this on the Commodore 64, and it's a game, it's one of the very few original games. Unfortunately, my brother sold the Commodore and all the games with it, bar this one. And that's another story. But it's a game that is very close to my heart, because I begged my mother at the time to buy me this, because it cost £15, and back then £15 was a bloody lot of money, especially when the games were £2 and maybe a maximum of 10. So for 15 quid, I remember, and it was Boots the Chemist. You could buy games from Boots the Chemist, like what the hell. And eventually she caved in. She probably got tired of hearing me, please mummy, please mummy. And it's a fantastic space flight simulation. It was unlike any other game at the time. You didn't have any points. You had to gain money. You maybe went off after Thargoid invasion ships, or you were a bounty hunter, or you would trade. And that is the incredible Elite. This is such a brilliant game. Those line graphics, and this is my very original. The game itself, I've got everything for it inside, but it is absolutely battered. It is falling apart, and obviously it's got that much sentimental value. This is something, I don't care what you're going to give me, it's never leaving me. But I've replaced it. I've got to fix the box a little bit, which I keep saying I'll get round to it, but that's its replacement. I'll never get rid of it, but I want something that looks a bit half decent. But it didn't just come out on the Commodore 64, it eventually came out on the Amiga, so I had to get that because the graphics were so much better. And then again, Frontier Elite 2. Why have I got 2 copies? I'm going a bit blurry there. Yes. Why have I got 2 copies? I haven't got a clue, but I have, and they're full in the box, and they are in cracking good condition. But of course, can't keep a good game down, and if you've not tried Elite Dangerous, there's something wrong, especially if you are in. I swear we're going blurry, but it's probably my eyes. If you've not played this, again, you're really missing out, because this is a fantastic game. The graphics are incredible, but the best way to play it, forgive me, is with a Thrustmaster joystick. You get your pitch and your yaw. It's an incredible piece of kit. It just really does add to it, and you've got all the buttons all around it. They're fantastic. But Elite, again, one of certainly the best flight simulations you'll ever play, certainly in the earlier years, and certainly one of the best space games you're ever going to play now. I can't think of much more out there that is any better than it, or maybe even on par with it, because it's amongst its own. It's just a fantastic game series. If you've not tried it, you need to. One of the first game series I'm going to go through is one I've actually played the second game, but I didn't realise that. I didn't realise there was, a prequel, a predecessor if you like, and it is a fantastic series. It only came out mainly on the PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2 era. It's got an incredible storyline, and if you've not played them, please give them a go. And that's the awesome Legacy of Kain. Blood Omen on the PS1 is the very first. This is more like a top-down sort of thing. You're Kain himself, you see how the vampire is created, but then it moves on. And this is where it really steps up a gear. And I would describe it as early Lara Croft, but vampires. And I don't know how well you can make that case out properly. But Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver. Sorry I had to look at it then. But sorry if I can't show you the case properly. And this is an incredible game. It's gone a bit blocky by today's standards, but it's a fantastic problem solving mythological can't get my words out, fantasy vampire, and it's all to do with time travel, Northgarth, the whole shebang. But it goes on. The game that came out then next, the game that then came out next, so I can get them in order for you. Now, I think it might have been just Blood Omen 2, but remember, all these games are interconnected. Yes, it's got a different name, but it's interconnected, part of the Legacy of Kain series. And again, this continues the story of Kain. It then moved over to Soul Reaver 2. We're back and forth constantly through time. Oh, the twists and the turns constantly in this game are incredible. And then it finishes with Legacy of Kain Defiance. Again, if you've not played these, I implore you, you've got to give them a go. Now, we were supposed to get another game. There is bits online on YouTube, you can watch it. It got cancelled. It never actually happened, and that's a real shame. So please, give this one a go. Now, this next series I want to show you, it's an absolute epic. You know, it's been on the PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3. Was it PlayStation 3? Not sure on that one. PlayStation 4. It was actually in the PlayStation 3, I've just remembered. And it is an absolute epic. And that is, of course, the fantastic Tomb Raider. Again, this hit the ground just at the right time. And it was when 3D graphics were really starting to take off. And this was brilliant. You look at it by today, oh my god, there's sharp edges. They're awful. But you know what? It's got a great story. And it is one I've certainly followed over the years. And I have thoroughly enjoyed playing them. But there's absolutely loads of them. I could also argue maybe that they practically sucked the franchise dry. Because it just went on and on and on. I mean, PlayStation 2. It just keeps going and going. And then obviously we then got the reboot. We then got the reboots. And I've completed all of them and I've thoroughly enjoyed them. I really have. So obviously the definitive edition, it also came out on the PlayStation 3, I know that. What's on that one now? Rise of the Tomb Raider, that was the 20th year celebration version I got there. Absolutely fantastic. But the latest one, the Shadow of the Tomb Raider, didn't sell well. And my personal feelings are it didn't sell well because the marketing department got it the wrong, you know, they got it released at the wrong time. You know, it came out just before Red Dead 2. That is terrible marketing. They should have waited to the new year with this one. They really should have. Because around Christmas you've only got so much money to spend. But it just, you know, it doesn't stop. I also got Temple of Osiris. And if you've not played that and you're into top-down shooting games, this is absolutely fantastic. But what everybody seems to forget is PlayStation's not the home of Lara Croft. It never was. It was the Sega Saturn. That was the very first Tomb Raider game. It came out, I think it was about 2 months before the PS1. And this is how I first got introduced to this fantastic franchise. So if you've not played them, maybe don't go all the way back to the originals, not unless you really want to. Maybe start off at the PlayStation 2, because they are fantastic games. But if you really do want to have a look where it all began, you really can't go wrong with this fantastic franchise. Another franchise now that just seems to have been going on for absolutely forever and a day. And it's one when I first saw it, first saw the clips and that online, I was watching a bit of a documentary about it. It just sort of, it sparked something, a sort of memory inside me. It reminded me of another game at the time, and there's no doubt there really, because, you know, no shocker that it came from the same studio as this previous game. But I'm gonna actually move on to the fantastic Assassin's Creed. Now when this first came out, it was like a breath of fresh air. The leap of faith, wow, it was incredible. You know, the size of the maps, they were huge. The missions, the side missions, it was fantastic. But I actually still maintain that the best ones are Assassin's Creed 2, 3, sorry, and Brotherhood. Sorry, Brotherhood. The right way around, William. Brotherhood. It's a fantastic game. If you've not played these, you're doing yourself an injustice. You've got to give them a go. But you know, it just doesn't stop there. Revelations, that's another one. It's an incredible game. Rogue, it's only one I've picked up recently, if I'm honest. I don't think I've even played this one. But you know, I've got some special cases for them. That's Assassin's Creed 3, obviously it's a limited edition that comes with all sorts on there. But the series is enormous, it really is. You know, I've also got them on other, just to prove, you know, it's on the Wii. It's a fantastic game. Graphics on the Wii U are incredible. Why Nintendo got rid of it so quick, beyond me, but hey ho. Yeah, Black Flag, again, I mean, I got this actually, I think it was a launch title if I remember correctly, and I was haggling because I was having to buy 2 PS4s at the time, and I was haggling the game. It was like, look, I don't want that game, I don't want that game, I don't want that DVD, why don't you chuck me this in? So, you know, I got this instead, so brilliant. Black Flag, what a fantastic game. It introduced obviously the ships, and it's gone off on another genre there. But Black Flag again. But the one that I feel lets the series down, and it lets it down a lot, and I believe it was at the point where Ubisoft, they literally had sucked this franchise absolutely dry. That's Syndicate. This is where I am going to turn around and say, I don't like this game. I don't like it. It's part of the franchise, I get it. I played it about a quarter of the way through. It doesn't feel like an Assassin's Creed game. I can't stand it. I don't like it. I don't hate it, but I don't like it, and I've not gone back to it since. So they had to bounce back, and bounce back they did. Origins, that's an incredible game. If you've not played this, why not? 100 hours, easily 100 hours, it's fantastic. And of course the latest one, Odyssey, oh my word, I am currently probably 80, maybe 85 hours into this. There is still parts of this map I have not touched. It's that big a game. You haven't got to try and blast these things overnight, you know, play it the weekend for an hour or so, but it's an epic, beautiful looking game. But where did it all come from? It all came from the Prince of Persia. Assassin's Creed was originally going to be called Prince of Persia Assassins, but they felt it didn't suit the Prince's sort of genre, so it got its own name. So there you go. I mean, this is a fantastic series. Played the first one on the up in the Commodore 64, the Amiga. Brilliant game. Right, number 5, the very last one, the very last series I'm going to show you. When this came out, it was again like a breath of fresh air, because we played similar games to it, and this, I remember somebody saying to me, you know what, Billy, this is what Tomb Raider should have been. Yeah, you've guessed it already. It's the incredible Uncharted. This is such a fantastic game. It's witty, the motion capture is incredible, it's got an absolute fantastic storyline. Probably hear next door's dogs barking away. It's probably chasing my cat. Number 2, Among Thieves. Number 3, and the games got better. They were more like films. Drake's Deception. I do apologise. Drake's Deception. Again, a fantastic. But then, you know, it moved over to the PlayStation 4, and I can't remember if this one did actually come out next, but it was the Uncharted collection. It's obviously all the first games that were out on the PS3, and if you've not played any of them and you want to get this, pick this up. You get it for less than £10, absolute bargain. You know, and it's all remastered. Then obviously it moved on to what is still considered possibly the best, if not the best, game on the PlayStation 4. You know, Thief's End. Brilliant game. Again, if you've not played these, you really should do. And then obviously that ended, but they picked up straight away with Lost Legacies. It's a short game, but it's brilliant. It really is. It really doesn't stop, and it's a separate story, so it doesn't feel like, you know, the series is being, you know, it doesn't feel like it's having the life sucked out of it like it did with Assassin's Creed. And I think with them ending it there, will we ever get another one with Drake in it? Maybe his daughter, because you see her at the end. It's a possibility. But you know what? I think they really should leave it there. It's a fantastic series. You don't need to add to it. You could make some more of those, some more maybe offshoots, which would be fantastic. But I think Drake's had his day. And that's it. That's my 5. I hope you've enjoyed it. I'll be interested in the feedback, whether you do or you don't. Think I'm right. Maybe you think I'm wrong. Please leave me your comments. I'd like to thank you for watching and thank you for subscribing. If you've not subscribed, why not? Come on board. Thanks for watching. Catch you again. Take care.